everybody. So we are going to give it a minute here and see if anybody pops in. Um, no, it was kind of a last minute live stream because I posted that I was going to be doing a documentary. I didn't say when I was going to do the documentary. So, yeah, I know I'm a mess. So we're going to give it a minute here, see if anybody comes in before I start explaining why exactly I decided to make the hard decision to cancel the documentary. So we'll give it a minute here just to send notifications out and I'll start talking about it. Hey, William's in the house. Thank you for stopping in, William. I don't know how long live stream I'll be doing tonight, but today is day 30 of Project 60 over 30, so it's the last day and I'm I'm live, so I'm not posting a documentary. I figured Linda's here. I see it on the YouTube side. Little delay here. There it goes. So Linda's here. Thank you for stopping in, Linda. So I know you guys were excited about the documentary, but it's with a heavy heart that I've made the hard decision that there will not be a documentary. So I apologize to anyone who was looking forward to it, to anyone that was excited about it. I hyped it up. I did a trailer for it. I hyped it up. I talked about it time and time again over the past month and a half, and I did not deliver. So my deepest apologies for that. It is very upsetting to me that I did not deliver, but please hear me out tonight and I will give you the reasoning as to why I am not posting a documentary. Now, I want to start off by saying these are not excuses. I simply want you guys to know the behind the scenes and why I have made this difficult decision because, again, I hyped it up. You guys were excited, you were looking forward to it, and I did not deliver. And that is something I try to never ever do. I do not want to let you guys down. So it is very upsetting to me that I had to make this decision. So I'm going to start off here, and I'm not going to say more about this topic in particular due to privacy for the family. But this past week, I have received some pretty horrible news, some pretty upsetting news involving basically someone close to me. So, uh, at the end of the day, I made a post. I think Kyle replied to it. There was one day I didn't know when I was going to upload. I just made a post saying, "Hey, I'm helping a friend out, and I'm sorry, guys, but I'm not putting this on them at all. It was my actions as well. But upon receiving this news, I stopped everything, both um like it was after 4 o'clock here, but I basically left the college immediately and I put uh, YouTube and everything on hold. I forgot about everything and I just went to my friend because friends and family comes first. So that is where things started to go wrong with the documentary. And part of that is, again, I'm not blaming this just on them or anything like that. It is also my actions. I waited until the last week to try to put together a documentary that's an hour and a half, 2 hours long. So it is also on me for trying to fit it in within that last week. And then life happens. And guess what? I wasn't going to, friends and family comes first. And thankfully, although I'm upset that I didn't deliver, I kind of knew you guys would understand in that way. At least those of you that are, like Linda saying, family before YouTube always, no apologies or explanations required. I thank you guys for that, because I know those who truly matter, they will understand and they will support me regardless, but I did not deliver. So that is part of the reason why the documentary is not happening. Now, putting that aside, again, I'm not going to discuss that anymore due to privacy for my family and friend. But another reason this documentary is not happening is because I live by at least one rule. You guys have heard me discuss like seek discomfort. You have seen me do it with the polar plunge. So that is one of my rules. Another rule, living life to the fullest. You see me live that. And I I do everything in my power to stand by my word and follow my rules. So, one of my most basic rules when it comes to YouTube is that I will not upload a video if I am not satisfied. Does that mean I like every single video I upload? Definitely not. For example, the Train River video, I wasn't the biggest fan of it. But some people were saying it was one of their favorite videos out of Project 60 over 30. Me, ideally, I thought it could have been better, but it means that at the end of the day, I am satisfied with where it's at currently, and I understand that there is room for improvement. So I'm not going to be like, okay, this is just, you know, I don't like how the music doesn't line up perfectly. I'm not going to post it. I'm not going to be nitpicky in that way, but I need to be satisfied with my videos. And if I'm being honest, I worked on this documentary this morning all day, pretty much from 9 a.m. until 2 in the afternoon. And it was suspenseful. Okay, Linda, I appreciate that. Thank you. I always love hearing little bits of information and feedback like that. It was a video that I didn't know if I quite hit the bar, but I was still kind of satisfied with it, so I uploaded it. Now this documentary, William, exactly. In my opinion, nothing is perfect. Absolutely agree, and I believe that we are our own harshest critics. So I'm going to judge myself harder than anyone else probably will. I truly believe that. So, knowing all of that, I keep it in mind. But if I still feel satisfied with the video, I upload it. So, again, I started working on this documentary about 9 o'clock. Again, I probably had 3 to 5 minutes done. It was significantly harder than even just a 10-minute typical YouTube video, or even right now we're on 9 minutes of a live stream, and it's kind of flowing perfect, and it's like, wow, 9 minutes already. The documentary was not that way. It was difficult just to get 3 minutes worth. And in my opinion, it was just not worth uploading. And if I'm not satisfied, I will not upload it, because if I'm not satisfied, I don't expect you guys to be satisfied. On the flip side of it, if I post a video and I'm satisfied and I'm proud of it, but someone, like say a troll, someone completely random, finds the video and they post something very, very rude, just completely downgrading the video type of deal, at the end of the day, I can be like, you know what? I was satisfied when I uploaded that video, so I'm not going to let that bother me. Stuff like that. But this documentary, yeah, from 9 a.m. to 2 in the afternoon, today only, and it went from 3 minutes to, I think, 15 minutes, not even all of that time. And that's as long as it got. And then I started thinking, okay, now instead of an hour and a half, 2 hour documentary, I can maybe do a half hour or even a 45 minute. A 45 minute might flow perfectly. But here's where another problem came up. I started trying to find video from when I was younger, and I can't find anything. It seems like before high school, I just did not exist pretty much. Photos, videos, I couldn't find anything. And I was really trying to find video. So I messaged my mom, I messaged my dad. I'm looking through their accounts, my stepmom's account, my stepdad's account, my sister's accounts. I'm going through my new phone, my old phone, my older phone, my old laptop, my gaming PC. I am digging through every USB, every SD card. I cannot find video. Now I find some photos, but not many. And sometimes it's questionable if they really fit with what I'm talking about in the moment. So the quality of it, I felt like I was forcing it way too much. Just way too much. And when it gets like that, I have to call it quits. So even though I've spent hours upon hours today working on it, I had to make the decision. And that's where I sat there for probably about half an hour. Like I made the community post saying, "Hey, I'm not going to do the documentary, but I'll be live tonight." And I sat there for probably half an hour looking at my phone going, "Am I really going to do that?" And I even clicked out and I went back and I started working on it for another 5, 10 minutes, and it felt so forced again that I was like, nope. And I immediately went to YouTube. I shared the live stream. Ooh, looks like I got a mosquito bite from camping last night. Um, yeah, just way too forced. And I will never, ever upload any type of content that I feel is forced, or if I'm not satisfied with it. Because again, how can I upload that and expect you guys to enjoy it if I'm not even satisfied with it? So that is where the documentary fell apart. So I don't know if I talked about it at all. Tonight I'll discuss the idea behind it because I think it was a great concept. It was a great idea. But another aspect, you guys, I'm just spitting out reasons here. I'm not trying to make excuses, but this is just behind the scenes for you guys. Cuz I didn't deliver a documentary, so I figured our live stream for tonight I could at least tell you guys about it. So let's see what William's saying here first. Just take your time, put it out when you are happy with it. Don't use a timeline. And that is another aspect is if I do a 30, 45-minute video, a documentary style video, like if I take my time with it, it might be something that I still do post in the future, but I'm not sure. And that's where I was just about to get to. The idea was amazing. It was the idea and concept of it was amazing, but the execution is flawed. Maybe you will get back to it when you are more inspired. You've been busy with the 60 over 30 project. Yeah, and that is something else too. 60 videos, 30 days. Um, on top of work, trying to get the dorms ready for students. I literally have somebody moving in on Tuesday already. So, on top of that, on top of this emergency with my friend and family, and on top of selling the bus and trying to sell the CRV and all that stuff, it's been a very hectic month where honestly um Project 60 over 30, I got in a routine and it started being really fun. And I'm excited now moving forward because doing one video of a week, I feel like is going to be absolutely nothing. Um, it's not going to be like the significant challenge like it used to be. Um, I feel like I've gotten more practice. I've gotten to try things that I never got to do because I was following a strict timeline, stuff like that. Um, but yeah, trying to make a documentary on top of all of this was just, it was a lot. It was a lot. And the execution, it goes back to I can't find video. So I'm talking to you guys right now. Basically, imagine this is the documentary I had. Imagine me talking like I am right now. We're 16 minutes in, so this is about the same length to what I got. But over the past 16 minutes, you guys would have been seeing photos on the screen of me growing up through my life, basically. Really, no videos. Just 16 minutes of here's a photo, here's a photo, here's another photo. I don't know, William, Linda, let me know your thoughts here, but to me, that's not very entertaining. And I, I guess it's different too if you enjoy these live streams or if you're a person who enjoys podcasts and you listen more than watch. I guess there's a difference there. But a documentary, I feel like it is supposed to be one of those, hey, come along for the adventure. You're here with me. And I just don't have the stuff for that. And I also don't have the experience to make a proper documentary at this time. I'm not experienced enough with creating content in that way. Not yet. So that's where it fell apart. But the idea, again, the idea and concept, I think, was a great idea, great concept. So you all know about my book, The Discomfort, The Key to Your Best Life. I'm looking because it's right over there. But I basically kind of wanted to promote the book a little bit, and I also wanted to make it so it wasn't the exact same story. So the book is, hence the name, all about getting outside of your comfort zone. I wanted the documentary to be a coming of age story. Linda's giving me some input. I genuinely don't like videos over 30 minutes. And that's another thing. It's it gets tricky when you're going that long. You got to keep it entertaining, you got to keep people hooked. And I could not do that with the stuff I had because it's not like I could go out there and just film. Like it's me in high school, for example. I can't go back and record my story in high school. I can't. It's come and gone already. The footage, the photos, the stuff we had, it has been lost in time. So then you're trying to make a video that's 30 minutes or longer, which is already harder for people to watch, but you don't have anything that is worth watching in the video. You're basically just talking for the most part. You're telling a story. And I made a video a while back. I am not a YouTuber, I'm a storyteller. Now, Project 60 over 30, I think, has changed that a little bit. I think I'm getting better. Because a YouTuber is more than just storytelling, it's the cinematography, the editing, the directing, all of that stuff. I've I wrote a book. I'm a storyteller. It's my nature. But YouTube is much more than that. And I'm nowhere near documentary level right now. And I could have got a 30-minute video done today. I probably could have did a 45-minute, maybe. But it would have been me for the past couple hours still working on it, still stressing, feeling like it's forced, feeling unsatisfied with it, and I was just not going to do that. So the idea with it was I wanted it to be a coming of age story. Now, I would still talk about my depression. I would still talk about my anxiety. I would still talk about some of the stories that I share within my book. But at the same time, if you've read my book, you would still be able to watch this documentary and enjoy it. Or if you watch the documentary, the idea was hopefully you would really enjoy it and you would want to buy the book and hear more exclusive stories. And the concept was great, the idea was there. I just couldn't do the execution. I have been working on a video for months to release with all my RV family. Last night on someone's channel messed me up bad, so it got put off because they are mentioned in it. I'm sorry, William. It's always difficult. That's another thing when you have um stories, videos that, like, in my case, I talk about some people and some how they did me wrong and they retaliated against that. Um, it's always hard when other people are involved, and that's another thing now. I'm trying to get videos and photos for the documentary, but okay, here's somebody who backstabbed me. How can I tell that story and give you guys a visual when I know they're not going to want to be shown on YouTube? So, like, yes, you can blur out the face and what, but I hope you guys get what I mean. It's just it feels forced to me. I I don't think that's enjoyable, and maybe that's just me. But I wouldn't find that enjoyable. So the idea was amazing, but yes, execution poor. So unfortunately, jokingly but seriously on this at the same time, if you guys want to hear a bunch of stories about depression and anxiety and why I ended up living on the road and all of that, I have a book. So if you're interested in buying it, let me know. Um, but yeah, that's. I thought it would be fun to make a documentary that kind of goes alongside the book and kind of tells the story, a similar story as the book, but I just don't have the footage. I don't have the photos. I don't, and I'm not going to force it. I'm just not. So let me pull this up here. I know a lot of people are always curious. So while I'm kind of figuring out what else to talk about here, because we're only 24 minutes in, I don't know if I'm going to be able to go for a full hour tonight, guys. I don't know. I didn't really have plans. I'm honestly not in the greatest of moods personally right now. Just, it's been a long week. It's been a hard week. I'm tired. I tried to go camping because this was my last weekend off. That completely fell apart. I barely got any sleep last night. I ended up having to sleep on the ground in a tent, so my back's hurting, my hips are hurting. I ended up coming back early, so there goes my last weekend off. It's been a rough week, guys. Not making excuses, but it's been a rough week. So that's where the channel's at currently. But I see Williams asking how Rocky is doing. He has been sleeping pretty much all day because he had a rough night as well. Um, he, I would say we got back to the college this morning and he was probably out cold within 3 minutes of us walking into my suite. Literally just walked across the room, laid down by like the door frame to the bedroom and the living room, immediately fell asleep. And that's pretty much what he's been doing all day. I can't even actually see him right now. Um, oh, he's passed out over in the kitchen right now on the hard floor, on the tiled floor. Yeah, he's tired. I think sleeping in the tent, he was on guard duty quite a bit last night, I'm sure. Because there's animals out there. There's actually bears in that area, so I was a little bit worried about that. Teaser for you guys, actually. I went to another haunted location. I know some people are probably going to yell at me for that, but wow, can't even talk. That shows you guys what kind of week I'm having. Um, but yeah, Rocky's doing good. We went to Bond Falls yesterday for a family reunion. Some people asked me if I was going to make a YouTube video off of it. I told them I was not because, again, it gets tricky when you're trying to make a YouTube video and you're putting other people in it. So I didn't even want to go down that road. Um, but we went to Bond Falls, had a family reunion, got to meet some family that I've never met before, got to see some family that I haven't seen in years. I got to see some family that were at Lake Ogibic for that video that I posted a while back. They actually bought copies of my book at Lake Ogibic, and they were just telling me that they've read a little bit of it and they're loving it so far. So that's a great sign. Someone else was saying like they want to buy a copy now. My aunt was saying she wants to buy a copy, a physical copy. So Rocky was checking on all the smells and sounds. Yep. He and it was a fun day. I did post a short. I'm sure you guys saw it. There's a short of him playing with another dog. I didn't want to leave him in the vehicle because I was thinking about it for a while. I'm like, do I just leave him in the vehicle and leave the AC running because there's a bunch of people around but and the dog, there was a dog around and it wasn't on a leash, even though technically everyone on the beach, there was quite a few dogs on the beach in the area that weren't on a leash, even though they're supposed to be technically, and that's why Rocky is tied up. Um, just putting that out there right now because I know some people are going to be like, well, how dare he tie his dog up and the other dog was, yeah, but who was that other dog? So I can't remember the name of the dog, but it was I believe it was my cousin. It was someone I just met for the first time, and he had the dog there, and he travels with the dog. He was camping there, and he didn't have a collar for the dog, so it was just running around off leash. But I let Rocky out and they got along. So, what she would do, okay, so that's a thing. Neither of them are fixed. Rocky, being a male, he's not fixed. This dog was female, she's not fixed. So we were worried about that, but what she would do is every once in a while go run up to Rocky and be right out of his reach and like kind of tease them, and they'd play, and Rocky would basically bow to her and be super submissive to her. So they played a lot, and I think that's another reason why he's tired. We just haven't had a day like that in a very, very long time. Ooh, okay. William wants a book. Appreciate it, William. I will just open another tab right now and I'll start the email. That way I don't lose your email address here. So give me a second, everybody, while I just type this into my Gmail. Okay, there we go. Yeah, right after this, I'll send you a email, William. Appreciate it. So Yeah, the other dog, he didn't have a collar. That is why the dog was off leash. That's why Rocky was on a leash. And that's another thing too I told somebody is at that beach, all dogs are supposed to be on a leash. There's a sign saying they are required to be on a leash. So I'm like, yes, there's 3, 4 other dogs that are not on a leash, but guess what? Rocky's a German Shepherd. A lot of people are scared of German Shepherds. So all it takes is one complaint, and then guess who's going to be the one that's getting in trouble? Me, not all these other people. So he was on a tie out, but he had plenty of room. Every time he got himself wrapped up on the tree, I went and I basically unwrapped him. I would go around the tree with him. I would sit down on occasion, feed him hot dogs. Um, he ended up getting a burger. Somebody overcooked the burger, and they came up and they were like, "Hey, is it all right if I feed this burger? I just overcooked it. Otherwise, it's just gonna get thrown out." And I'm like, "No, no, please, yes, feel free. Actually, um, I was like, I appreciate it even." Because he was a little low on food. He ended up spilling the food, and the dog ate some of his food, and yeah, it was a mess in that regard, but it all worked out and um went good. Rocky had a good day. The dogs got along well, so they got to play. He got some burgers, some brats, some chips. Um this dog is just so spoiled, you guys. I mind boggles me sometimes um how much I spoil him. Um a fun fact here. I know what else we will talk about here for the next half hour. But fun fact, I just want to get this exact date. Wrong one. Okay, here it is. So, beginning of June, summer is very big for Rocky and I. Beginning of June is when I started taking care of Rocky full time, basically as the main caregiver, was beginning of June. So, there's that. Beginning, middle of July is Rocky's birthday. And then August 26th is the date of sale on the bill of sale to me. So in about wow. In about a month, we'll have our 2-year anniversary for when the bill of sale was officially signed over to me. Now, why is that a big deal? Like why is it a big deal? I mean, outside of the fact that Rocky is the best dog ever, it is a big deal because this is the longest anyone has ever owned Rocky. Rocky is now 4 years old. The first year, he was badly abused. The first owner just abused him. Second year of his life, the owner basically neglected him, um, basically didn't pay much attention to him, and then abandoned him. And then the last 2 years, coming up on 2 years, I owned him, and he has gotten to travel the country for 1 year. He's gotten to see donkeys and go nose to nose with a donkey. I will still never forget walking out of my Uncle Roy's camper that day and seeing them nose to nose, and they just they smelt each other, walked away. Um just what a like unique experience. But yeah, he's gotten to travel all over the country. He's got to see donkeys. He got to walk off leash and just hike off leash, and he gets Taco Bell on occasion, steak and cheese quesadillas on occasion, burgers, brats, and okay, shutting it down right here. I do not feed him like this every single day, you guys. I know I just fed Taco Bell to him not that long ago. I know I gave him a steak and cheese quesadilla not that long ago. But literally, like, after today, honestly, after today, we will not have Taco Bell again for probably a year. We will not have any of that stuff for a year because I cannot take time off until October. And at that point, it's getting cold. It's going to start snowing. I have my Europe vacation end of December. So we're not going to be traveling. So that is why I'm giving him all of this unhealthy human junk food right now. I'm spoiling him now because normally on the road, I would do like Taco Bell, like I'd give him one or two tacos once every 2 months or something. Like I treat him somewhat regularly, but not a lot. So that's why I'm giving him so much recently. But what a spoiled dog. Spoiled dog. And William, absolutely right. Awesome memories. Not many dogs get that experience. That is what it's all about. Even just outside of the food, I mean, getting the travel. That is one reason I actually want to get back on the road again because I'm sitting here and I hate to say it, but when he turned 4 years old, I asked my Echo Dot, how long do German Shepherds typically live for? And most German Shepherds live for 9 to 12 years. So theoretically, he should have a minimum of 5 years left. But again, the first year of his life, he was badly abused. The second year of his life, um, when he was neglected and stuff, I know he wasn't eating that much. Like when I took him in, you could see his rib cage really bad, you guys. Um, and Lyme disease. That's what I'm trying to think of, the phrase here. He had Lyme disease before I took him in. So he dealt with that for how long and it escalated for how long. Hey, Debbie. Thank you for stopping in tonight. I'm just going to be doing an hour live stream here. So we got another 20 minutes or so. Basically, just talked a little bit earlier about why I won't be doing a documentary. And kind of giving everybody an update on Rocky now, and going to be discussing here before the top of the hour, discuss what is the future for living the dream. Live in the dream. I used to worry about my dog eating people food. Then I saw her chewing on a dead stinky rabbit she found in the yard. Oh my god, I would probably throw up, Linda, not gonna lie. But that's, yeah, dogs do eat a lot worse, I know. Um, but it's I want to spoil him because kind of going back to what William was saying, not many dogs get that experience. I want to get back on the road so Rocky can get these experiences again. He has one life. It's not me just living my life to the fullest. I now have a responsibility to let him live his life to the fullest. Not correction. Not only let him, give him the opportunities to do so. So that is where, like, I'm spoiling him a little bit, but it's also okay, well, how can I make sure that he lives for as long as possible? And a little bit of a selfish reason here. I mean, if it comes down to it, I'm not the type of person that's going to let a pet suffer. I'll put them down. I've been through it. But Rocky's going to be the pet that destroys me. I know it already. When I put Pepper down, my cat, I said I would never get a pet again, but under unique circumstances, I ended up taking Rocky in, and I truly believe Rocky may very well be the last pet I ever own. So it's trying to create that balance. Like, how can I prolong his health, know that he's living a healthy life, and that I'm not like killing him by giving him a bunch of food that's not good for him, but also giving him those great life experiences. So William is asking if I am going to video Europe. Great question, William. So I am going to film a lot on Europe. Um, I don't know. We did mention it at one point. I'm just going to mention it again. This one topic, the concentration camp. I'm probably not going to make a video off of that out of respect and whatnot. Um, yeah, you guys know. You guys know we talked about that side of it. So that is probably the only thing I will not film. Everything else on that trip over those 10 days, I'm going to try the film. And I don't know, it's a curious balance of I want to live in the moment, but I also want to film it all for a couple different reasons. I want to show you guys, I want to show my family that hey, I'm doing okay. It's my first time out of the country, everything's going okay. And I want to be able to look back on it. You guys have heard me with that reasoning for a while. I want to be able to look back on these Europe vacation videos and just be like super pumped and look back 40, 50 years from now and be like, yeah, I remember when I did that, or I can't believe I did that. But the other side of it is, admittedly, I am probably going to get an LLC business license because I'll be doing business write offs for the YouTube channel. And I already did last year, but I'm going to do it again this year. And technically, if I do make videos off of this Europe vacation, that is a business expense. So the Europe vacation is going to cost me $4,000. I mean, technically more when I board the dog and whatnot, but the trip itself, the tour, like the trip itself, $4,000. Now, if you look at my income, I'm just going to spit out just this number. Random, completely random number here. But, oh, he made $5,000 last year. No, technically I didn't because I took $4,000 and yes, some people can be like, you paid for a vacation, you paid for a trip, but it's also investing that money into the business, into the YouTube channel, and that's where that business expense comes from. So really, oh, he made $5,000. No, I made $1,000 and 4,000 got re put into my business and stuff like that. So that's where is that is another reason I will admit that because I try to be upfront with all of that stuff. But it is not just for that reason. I do want to share it with you guys. I want to be able to look back on it. And I just want people to know that I am okay while I'm over there as well. Oh boy, Linda's talking about her. What else her dog would eat. You are doing a great job of giving him life experiences, Kobe. Thank you, Debbie. I definitely try. I try my hardest. Um, he only has one life. You guys hear me talk about how we only have one life and we have to live it to the fullest. It is no different with our pets, except it is our responsibility to give them those opportunities because they aren't as um like what's the word? Not resilient. They can't do it by themselves is what I'm trying to say here. And yes, a dog, for example, Rocky loves sticks. If he has a stick, it is the best day on the planet. It doesn't matter. Nothing else in the world matters. They are very simple. It's one reason why I love dogs. They live life in a very simple way. And I think they can teach us a lot about life in general. But it's also just really cool getting to see Rocky in these situations and experiences that dogs otherwise wouldn't get. And I mean, he loves it just the same. So I respect you for your principles. Thank you, Linda. I see Williams also saying the same. Thank you guys. I'm I try to stand by my principles, and that's one thing when it comes to like filming the YouTube channel. I was just talking about how I try to be open, so I mentioned that it's going to be business expenses and stuff like that. That's one of my principles. I try to be super honest with you guys. That's another reason why I figured you would all understand. I see Nancy's in the house. Thank you, Nancy, for stopping in, just listening here while you're driving. Nancy, um, if you can hear me, if you're still listening here, we are not going to be uploading a documentary, so you're not missing anything in that end. Earlier in this live stream, I talked about why I didn't do the documentary, why I didn't upload it. And that's just, again, going back to one of my principles, being super honest with you guys. I figured a bunch of you would understand. The ones that truly matter, they would understand. They would still support me regardless. They'd be patient with me, but I find it as my job, my responsibility as the creator of this channel and whatnot to be open with you guys and be completely honest. Because a lot of people, when it comes to YouTube and social media, they only show you the good and stuff like that. And I think that's part of what makes my channel unique is you guys know one way or another, whether I posted the documentary tonight or did this, you guys know one way or another you would have an answer. So if I posted that trailer, you know one way or another you're hearing something more about this documentary. Debbie said that when we adopted Shadow, he had his leg amputated 3 months prior. Oh, and was heartworm positive. We are trying to give him a happy life as long as we have him. That's. I'm sorry, Debbie. It's. It scares me. It terrifies me. Knowing that Rocky. I still think he has the Lyme disease, you guys. It's. Um. That stuff terrifies me. Or for me, for cancer. Cancer's a big one. I've lost not German Shepherds, two Rottweilers to cancer between the ages of 3 and 4. So that's why when Rocky turned 3, it was a very big milestone. And when he turned 4, it was a very big milestone. And when he turned 3, I brought him into the vet for an extra checkup, and I just said, hey, this is my concerns, this is why I feel this way. I'm sure he's probably fine, but can you just do another checkup just in case? We have your back, Kobe, always. I appreciate it. Exactly. You guys are my regulars. You guys, I know, have my back. I know you guys are understanding. And that's what it's all about. People talk to me about like my name, how hard it is to find my name, and I'm not saying this in a bad way at all here. Um, but I had someone ask me like, have you thought about changing the name so then it's easier to like find and like more people can subscribe to you then? And that is a very legit question. I appreciate them asking me that. Very, very legit question. Like, thanks for asking it. But I told them no, I'm not going to change the name because the there's like so much meaning behind the name, and furthermore, it's like eventually I'm going to find the right people. Now, will being monetized on YouTube help me achieve my goal of being on the road? Absolutely. To what degree, I don't know. But it is going to help me. But at the same time, I'm not going to rush to try to get my numbers up. I know it'll come naturally, it'll come with time. Project 60 over 30 was not just about getting my numbers up. If you guys didn't watch that video, the results of Project 60 over 30, I talked about the stuff behind that a little bit more. So, hey, look who's here. Thank you for stopping in. I haven't seen you in a while. How have you been? How have you been? I appreciate you being here. So, that's just it's it is what it is, you guys. I mean, that's what I have to shake my head. I was forcing the documentary, so I I didn't do it. But so I see we're coming up to the top of the hour here. I am just going to just do a quick search off to the side, or William or anyone else even. Does anyone know if any other people are going live tonight? Rocky, don't drink all your water at once, please. Thank you. Remind me when I bring you into the vet, I'm going to ask them about diabetes. I'm pretty sure they would have told me if you had it, but the way you drink water seriously has me questioning that. You drink it just like my yellow lab used to when she had diabetes. I don't see Van Life Rocks, Ray. I don't see him going live tonight. If anyone else does know of someone going live tonight, please let me know, and I'll continue going until they go and we could jump on over to them. But are you going to M23? Unfortunately not. So basically, I have a move-in to the residential hall on Tuesday already. So today was my last day off. Starting tomorrow, I am not allowed any time off until October 1st. So it's very close to the point where I was even debating about just asking my boss, hey, do you think I could go? And do you think it would be all right? And maybe she would let me. Maybe strong maybe. I don't know. But I don't. I'm not even gonna ask because I understand that you have, like, right now I have 39 people confirmed for this academic year that will be living in the residential hall. So over the next month, I have all of them moving in, and then during September, they're going to be living, lots of them, they're going to be living on their own for the first time. They're going to be living in rooms with complete strangers. So I feel like I need to be here in case there's an emergency, or not even an emergency, but a student is homesick, anything like that. That's just part of the responsibility of my job. And unfortunately, it means that I will have to miss M23. Linda's saying it is a long drive, which it is. It's a decent jaunt. But it's yeah, I don't know. I could probably do it in one day, honestly, Linda. Because we used to drive from here to Ann Arbor in a day, so I could probably do it in a day, but it might be a little bit rough because I honestly haven't done the longest drive I've done in the past. Oh my God, it's coming up on a year and a half at this point. In the past year and a half, the longest drive I've done is 4.5 hours in one day. I used to drive 15 hours. 16 hours in one day is my record. So William saying he was supposed to be going, but not sure now. If you can, William, I've heard great things about it. So I highly suggest it. but I understand too the behind the scenes stuff. Sometimes there's a lot that goes into that stuff. Post secondary life, oh the memories. I drove all the way to the Salt and never made it to your neck of the woods. Yeah, we are way over here. We're out in the boonies, middle of the woods. And it's funny because like every time I go on social media now, when I see other content creators, a lot of people, they like, hey, don't promote the Upper Peninsula, like keep it a secret. It is a big thing up here, guys. I'm sure once my channel gets bigger, I'm gonna start getting people that are making comments about, hey, you need to stop making videos on the Upper Peninsula. I already have one person who is like, you make the Upper Peninsula look so beautiful. Like, it's almost like you're lying. It's so beautiful. It's so gorgeous. And I'm like, you do realize all the videos you're watching are of summer, right? Yeah, you know what that is? That is a good point. It is of a good point. And I'm like, yeah, because the Upper Peninsula is one of the most beautiful places I've been to during the summer and the fall. I'll give it that too. The fall is absolutely gorgeous up here. But spring and winter, yeah, nope. I ain't even gonna try to fool you guys. Again, going back to that honesty, I am not a winter person for the Upper Peninsula. No, no. But yes, during the summer, you could find some absolutely gorgeous places. So I don't think anyone's going live here. I got 3 more minutes. I'm going to give you guys a quick update, and then I need to go eat some dinner. And honestly, I'm kind of excited to just sit back, relax, and read a good book because it's been a hectic month. It has been a really rough week for me, a rough weekend. So I'm excited to just relax. I am kind of like forcing myself after this live stream to just make a very quick dinner and relax. But moving forward, this is what you guys can expect from living the dream. So I'm going to be going back to one video every week. Now, when I say that, that means probably outside of my live streams. At this point, I have been doing a live stream every single Sunday during Nate with Land Cloud Adventures normal time. I'm going to reach out to him or Nate if you see this before I get a chance to reach out to you. I just want to know if he's going to be doing live streams on Sunday again, or if he is officially kind of stepping back and letting me take over. Because I don't want to step on his toes. I don't want to force it on him. So if he wants this Sunday time slot back, I will gladly figure something out in that regard. But I'll probably do a live stream every single Sunday for you guys. Sometimes I will do videos like this where I'm talking. Other times I actually plan on playing music. I'll sit down and play the piano and I'll pre-record it and then I'll be live in the chat with you guys. I will do like a card game with you guys on occasion. So I've been coming up with some ideas. But a big part of the channel for the next month to 2 months is going to be the Great Cycle Challenge. Now, it is something that I've mentioned in the past, but for those who don't know, the Great Cycle Challenge is where I bike to raise awareness and funds for childhood cancer. And next month, tomorrow, no, 31st, August 1st, I will be starting that again. And I am riding in honor of somebody I know. So I will be talking more about that. I will be talking about awareness and just trying to raise awareness and funds for childhood cancer. So that is the future of the channel for the next month or two. Thank you for stopping in, Debbie. You have a good night as well. Thank you, William. Yes, I always forget to say that. Don't forget the thumbs up, everybody. I appreciate it. Thank you, William. That is why you are a moderator, because you know exactly what you're doing. But yeah, that is it for the live stream tonight, guys. No documentary. That was the reason why. Rocky and I are hanging in there the best we can. No more time off starting tomorrow. And childhood cancer awareness and funds raising starting next month. One video every week, plus a live stream. So stay tuned. I'm actually going to take a week off, guys. I forgot to mention that. Disclaimer. I am taking the next week off. I get 1 week off after Project 60 over 30. I think it's fair that I get 1 week off, guys. I'll do 1 week and then I'll get back to every single week. But yes, 1 week off. So take care, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. If anyone's rewatching this later on, thank you for watching. And I will see you all in 2 weeks. I'm taking 1 week off, so 2 weeks. August something in there, August 7th, stuff like that. Ooh, I like that one. Where is it? I gotta wait. Okay, life is worth living. Great quote. Remember, life is short. Get out and explore, and don't waste it in your comfort zone. Have a great night, everybody.